What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Jesus Coin today. This one comes to us at the request of Kinbari herself. We are doing this one for you, Kinbari. As you can see here, I've got Jesus USDT on Poloniex. Clicking on it now, and this says that as of apparently yesterday, or no, wow. So this chart actually, you guys, I'm sorry. I thought I was on the weekly. I thought I was on the daily, but I was on the weekly. So on the weekly here it says the 25th, but that's when the week started, right? The day. So here the 28th. It is the 29th today, right? The Thursday candle has closed. For me, it's the 28th still, but for crypto, it's the 29th. It hasn't uploaded. It hasn't uploaded. So I'm going to have a hard time doing TA on this, right? Kinbari, you did mention that there has been some upward movement, and it would be interesting to see what is going on. So TradingView doesn't show that, but if we go to CoinGecko here, oh, that's not the right one, is it? Jesus Coin here, it is up 30% as of now, which you guys, we all know. If you've been watching Jesus Coin, you know that it can move up 100% in a day, and then it can turn right back around and go back to nothing, you know. So one way or another, whatever's going on right now, I do think that we're more or less at this kind of end, or not end, in this range of accumulation, right? We've been moving sideways for some time. We even were kind of moving sideways here for quite some time, and we only like broke out of that range recently. I say recently, more like the beginning of this month, about a month ago. Let's see, from bottom to top here. You know, I have been calling for this price area of about 80696, somewhere around the 1618. We don't have to go there, but it would make sense to me. We're actually very close to that, and I do think that one last push could be in the cards, but it might not. You know, this could be, this 30% move could be the beginning of something more spectacular. Crypto overall is looking bullish. We could move up, you know, higher than these highs here and still end up going lower. You know, who knows? This is a very low market cap coin worth less than $2 million. Has very, very high potential, but it also has the very high possibility as well of doing volatile things. Volatile things like 30% up one day, 40% down the next day, 118% up the next day, and then 130% down the next day. Or I guess you can't do 130% down, but 80% down the next day or something like that. But you get what I'm saying, right? Like we've done this before. We've done this before. We can actually go back in time. You know, throughout this whole range here, coming off the lows. This very next day, we pumped up 58%. The day after that, and the day after that, 3 days later, we were up 114%. And that was the end of that. Then we moved down. We had lower lows, right? Actually, we had a higher high here, but then we had our lower low, and then we actually had another phenomenal move up. This is on Poloniex, very low volume exchange, so stuff like this happens. But most Jesus Coin, I believe, is traded on decentralized exchanges, so even less volume, you know, or maybe comparable volume. Maybe they have more volume than Poloniex, I don't know, but they're definitely low volume places to acquire and to sell Jesus Coin. So you're going to get volatile moves. That's all I'm trying to say. It doesn't take much money. I think we did the math. I know we did the math. It was like something for this day here that took us up that much. There was something like less than $25,000 worth of like total volume in that day for Jesus Coin, and it moved up that much. So, and not that $25,000 is a small amount of money, but like in the grand scheme of things, that's nothing, right? The big dogs can push $25,000 around like a fart in the wind. You know, it's nothing too impressive at that point, right? With that being said, you know, if there's 25 of us out there with $1,000 lying around, you could do some great things by buying some Jesus Coin. I'm not saying to pump it, you guys. I'm just saying it doesn't take much to get this thing off the ground. Although I don't know if we found the ground yet. I think that we might see this 1618. I'm not moved by this yet. The one thing that has me moved is that, again, there are rumblings. There are rumblings in the market right now that might suggest that we're as a whole starting to change direction, right? I'm still not convinced that Bitcoin's found its not absolute low, but relative low. I am convinced that Bitcoin Cash has found its relative low. I am kind of convinced that like some other coins have as well. There are some big cap coins that are starting to look more bullish, but the market as a whole, oh my God. That's what I get, man. I ate some peanuts before I started making these videos, and I think in the last like 4 videos I've made, I'm like at least at some point dying. I don't know if anybody eats peanuts. If you ever do, they're known for making you like choke because they get like stuck in your throat. Anyways, we're not talking about peanuts. We're talking about Jesus, you know, or Jesus coin. And I don't know what to think of this at the moment. Right now, to be completely transparent, I don't think much of it. Can't see it on the chart, but whatever. You know, let's pretend that it's 30% up from here, which would be right. It'd be like here. So we're at the top here. Cool. You know, we've done stuff like that and then turned around. You know, we're just still in this range here. Maybe we go up higher. The beautiful thing about Jesus coin, you guys, right, with how much potential it has, you could see a move like this, and yes, my goodness, it would suck to miss a 6x, right? That's what that would be. 500%, that's a 6x. Why? Because a 100% is a 2x. Do the math, right? So you go 400 more, that's 4 more from 2, that's a 6x. But anyways, 6x right here, you could do this. You could get in up here, and you would still be like relatively around like a $10 million market cap. Something like that still has 1,000x potential, if not multi-hundred X's. Okay, so the beauty of something like this is you don't have to see days like this and feel the pressure to buy, right? I mean, it's obvious. Up 30%, anybody's going to feel the pressure to buy, especially if you have your eyes on it. But don't feel like it's go time yet. You know, again, we could see a move like this, and it would still be a great opportunity to buy. I'm not saying buy after a 500% move, guys. Clearly, it's better to buy before. I'm not saying that I think that's going to happen. I'm just saying, you know, regardless of how much this thing pumps in the near term, the possibility and probability to the 1618, in my opinion, is higher than that of some kind of move like I was just talking about. And then that the beauty of that move, if it were to take place, which again is the less likely thing, a lot less likely thing in my opinion, based on Fibonacci, based on statistics and my own personal experience in this thing. You know, I've got about 7 years of experience now, little under 7 years. No, I'm sorry. What is it? A little bit over 6 years of experience. And I only, like, since I've started doing TA, I have primarily learned with the fib, right? Everything I've learned has stemmed from this, the fibs and the RSIs and some other things too. But what I'm trying to say is, statistically speaking, from what I know, we're likely to go to this 1618, which is at 80696, somewhere around there. We're close. We're almost there. And it could happen in a day. It could happen in an hour. This thing, again, just as quick as it moves to the upside, it can move to the downside. But if that's wrong, the beauty of it is, if it has some kind of miraculous move up, you can still buy up around there, or you can buy, you know, after it's had a little bit of a pullback, you can buy dramatically higher than here, and it's still at a relatively good area to like buy, right? You're at your like opening like all-time lows here, where you had a nice accumulation phase before, and the potential for immense growth throughout the bull cycle itself is still there. So I wouldn't get too eager about this thing. Yes, again, it would suck to miss out on a nice big move whenever you could buy it here. Watch it take off without me. You know, I still have not bought Jesus yet. I am waiting. I have my buy order set at 80.7, but I'm honestly thinking about moving it up because I don't know how much volume is on this thing. So I might move it up to 80.8 and just accept that it'll go a little bit lower. I'm not throwing the bank at this thing anyways. It's just a little bit of money, so who cares? But I'm not going to buy it here. I'm definitely not going to buy it after a 31% pump, unless it's more convincing. If it's more convincing, you know, it can go up here and I'll still feel like I haven't missed the boat. So that's just my perspective. If you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. I don't know, you know, to answer your question in short, Kimbari, as to like what I think about this, I don't know what to think about it. We're still in this range. I suppose I still believe that we're going to go lower. There is a chance that we might not, though. Crypto, you know, there are rumblings. There are bullish rumblings in the market. So we'll just see how this thing develops. I'm maintaining a bearish stance on it still for the moment. It's not go time just yet. But take care, everybody. I appreciate all of you. Bye-bye for now. See you next time.